Kung Fu Panda 4. Who never thought we would get another film after Kung Fu Panda 3, but here we are 8 years later. But then again, we did get a Puss in Boots sequel like 11 years later, so the door is still open for Shrek 5. After Po is tapped to become the spiritual leader of the Valley of Peace, he has to find and train a new dragon warrior, whilst you got this evil sorcerer who plans to resummon all the villains that Po has vanquished in the spirit realm. I had a good time with Kung Fu Panda 4. It's definitely not the best for sure, but it doesn't need to be the best to have a good time with this film. But I will say you can tell that the quality has dipped in this beloved franchise. Now let me address the main problem with this movie. Ever since that first trailer came out, the Furious 5 isn't in this movie. And I know it's so easy to bash this film for that reason only. I do think Kung Fu Panda 4 is a very complete story without them. However, the Furious 5 have been such a key part in this franchise. And without them, there's this kind of hole in this movie and it makes the film very basic and very predictable. At best, it's just a basic passing of the torch story. And not having them in this movie is one thing. But how they written them out and then just showing up at the credits was kind of cheap and disrespectful. If it was me, in terms of narrative, I would have said like they've all moved on from Kung Fu to continue on their own path in life. So it's Po's turn to do his own thing. And then maybe show up like at the final battle or something like that. There's only so much you can do with Zen and Po's dads, and I do wish we had more of Master Shifu in this movie. I will say this is the best Kung Fu Panda movie in terms of animation. Not just the transformation stuff with the chameleon, but the attention to detail, not just the characters but the background as well, is incredible. There's some awesome fight scenes, there's a few laughs on the way. And Awkwafina as Zen. Like, I like Awkwafina, but when she comes down to her voice roles, it doesn't feel like different what she's done before. And her character kind of falls into that character trope of secretly working for the enemy, but then later on in the third act she has a change of heart. But I will say the chemistry between Po and Zen is the best thing about this film. The villain herself, the chameleon, had a lot of potential, especially voiced by my favourite actress Viola Davis. And on paper this sounded like a really cool idea, a villain that can transform into previous villains. But that's the only thing really going for her. She lacks depth compared to the previous villains we've had. And she's evil because she can't learn Kung Fu since she's short. Even though we have Mantis. Bringing back previous villains was kind of a wasted opportunity. They don't do anything apart from being held captive. J.K. Simmons and Gary Oldman don't come back to voice their characters. They do bring back Ian McShane, voice Tai Lung, but he doesn't really do anything. There's this really nice moment at the end where Tai Lung and the other villains respect Po and go back to the spirit realm. But I just wish for one scene between Master Shifu and Tai Lung saying goodbye to one another and forgiving each other. Now, if it was me, I would have just brought back Tai Lung, Lord Shen and General Kai and they do a team up to take on Po. So overall, Kung Fu Panda 4 lacks depth and heart compared to the previous three movies, but it's still a fun movie and it was great to see Po tackling on this storyline. So how I see Kung Fu Panda 4, it's a solid epilogue to a great trilogy. So I gotta give this like a 6.5 out of 10. Would I like to see a Kung Fu Panda 5? Probably not. I do think the quality has dipped ever since after Kung Fu Panda 2.